Just move down a little bit so back here. Someone has to say here to
I'm sure it's bleeding. At this time of year, someone chuck them up. Chuck them up. Us on Gevra. We're emerging from the winter into the brighter times. Norrington Niskilla. Brighter times. Brigid with her tricks. Maybe she wants me to go without a mic, but we'll try it again. Agus Tomic chucked the Machas and Gevra, yeah? So, at this time, and we're kind of, we're still a little bit in it, we're still a little bit in the kind of time where we're scraping the frost off and getting moving. But there's a triple deity, the triple goddess. And one part of the triple goddess is the crone, and Kayak, and Gevra, the winter. And as time goes by and the buds start to spring forth and it gets a little bit brighter and a little bit warmer, then we're in the brighter times of spring. I guess they chuck the Machos on Gevra. Cutting in Gaelgair spring! And Tarak! Shilega Dirake! Tommy Jensen, Tarak, chuck you the Tarak. Amorak, we're coming into the spring. And there is a time that we call Imbulk. Why do we call it that? Imbulk. The initial August Makara Sean, a kind fui Immobulk, Sha, Yum, Cain Fall. Because this is the time when all of the seeds and all of the nuts and all of the fruit and vegetables are in the bullock of Mother Nature, of the earth. And they're ready to spring forth out of the soil. And that's why we call it Imbulk, Immobulk, Nakwil Shingahalan. And there is one deity, entity, goddess, saint, whatever way you want to think about her, we're all here to celebrate. And that is Brigid. Brigid is the maiden of the triple goddess. The triple goddess, the maiden of springtime. And she emerges at this time of year, goddess of the spoken word and poetry, goddess of the forge, presiding over the forge and smithcraft, goddess of the spring, bidding life to spring forth out of the soil, and, crucially, the thing that you all wish you had next to you, but I do. Antenna, the fire. And it is said that when Brigid was born, and her father was the Dagda, it was in a beautiful sunrise, and on that morning that Brigid was born, beautiful radiant light, golden fiery light was pouring over the mountains, and it is said that that is how Brigid was born. In the Dagda, in front of the mountains, she was born with a great tongue of fire shooting from her head. Agus rugadh sí mar seo.
I am the fire of this land, awakening the hearts of the people. I am the fire of this land. I am goddess, poet, healer, seer. I am the fire of this land, awakening the hearts of the people. I am the fire of this land. I am goddess, poet, healer, seer.
I am Brigid. I create, I inspire, I make magic. I am old, I am young, I am eternal. I am all power personified. Storytellers, poets, and songwriters. They were all highly regarded members of our society. We rank them up along there with the Druids. And it was our poets, during the times of Brehon law, that sung each verse down so it could be passed from generation to generation, and to achieve altered states of consciousness, visionary inspiration to our Fhéile, as if it was channeled through another world. I bring you the gift of Imbas Ferocni.
Shooting down, as if from another world, as an altar to the encounter.
Let's see those claps, everybody. Let's warm up, everybody. Yeah.
Agus leis an tine, leis an na Elementí. Before we had your phones, your Nintendos. We're all into Nintendos. So your TVs, any of that. Even before we had books or writing. None of your picture books or pop-up books or colouring books or anything like that. What did we have? Where would we go to be entertained? Quish dinner next to the fire. That was the place where we gathered. That was the original TV. That was the thing that everybody used to sit around looking at. As a family, as a community. This was the place where the stories were told, where people were turned into gods, and where gods were turned into animals, and everything in between. The myths, the stelta, the stories and the myths. And it was at the fireside that we all felt, as a people, as a society, as a species, that was the place where we were able to sit down and dream. And from the spark grows the mighty fire. You can blow out a candle, but you can't blow out a fire. And so you got to be very intentional where you put your spark. Because once the spark sparks the fire, it grows and grows. And so the fire grows. Ní lein tintán, mar de hintán féin.
Without our fires, we wouldn't have progressed as a people. Because it was with our fire that we learned how to cook. With our fire, we made the forge. And on the forge, we made our tools. Our people and our land thrived. But the Fomorians, some people say they came from down below. Some people believe they came from another world. They wanted to take our land and claim it for their own, our thriving, beautiful land. So, on the same forge that we used to make our tools for farming and to cook our food and to gather around, I made weapons. Weapons of protection. And I gifted our men the ability to use them, to go out and protect our land.
Ireland. Our land. And our land also sounds. What did it do? Also sounds like. Ooh, look what he's doing. Imagine if he. Give me your even though he was what's he doing? And he burned down. Yeah, but this guy looks like he burned down the place. Yeah. I don't even know. I don't know. Oh yeah, just like I thought he was gonna hit the hair, like Hades. Roller who we just had. I thought he was gonna hit the I was see. Whoa! Get it down. Solid. Oh, come on. Yeah, no. I got how to put it out.
And
certain tips.
in true Brigid fashion, Thomas concrete nu le Stalin. It's a little story about Brigid and her sisters, her friends, her entourage. And once it was that Brigid and her sisters found themselves making their way across the Midlands, across the heartlands of Ireland, on a pilgrimage. And on this day, they'd been walking for hours, and little did they know they'd arrived in the domain of a king. But this king was known for being miserly and mean and small-minded. He wouldn't share. He wouldn't give you the last jelly out of the bag. Not a chance. He still had his communion money. And Brigid and his sisters didn't know this, and so when they entered the domain, they asked for shelter and they asked to be given lodgings. And the king had left his sons in charge, the princes. And the princes were not of the same mind as the king. They were generous and kind-hearted. But the king had locked the larder, and he'd taken the key with him when he went off on business. And so the princes said to Brigid and her sisters, we're very sorry, but we can't offer you the finest cuts of meat. The mead, the beer and wine, it's all locked away in the larder. But we will share our provisions with you. We'll give you what we have. And Brigid appreciated this. And so the conversation at the table flowed freely, even if the beer and wine did not. And after the meal, after the conversational topics had been exhausted, Brigid spied on the wall above the kings, above the princes, behind them on the wall. She spied some harps, beautiful harps, carved out of oak. And she asked the princess, would you favour us with some music? It's been a long journey. And the princess said, we're very sorry, my lady, but we cannot play. Because our father never invested in music lessons for us. Never saw fit. And Brigid, maybe she was feeling generous herself and wanted to give them a gift in return. Maybe she wanted to teach that miserly king a lesson. Or maybe she was just tired and wanted to hear some nice music at the end of the day. Who can say? But she smiled her secret smile and went around to the king's sons, the princes, whispering incantations and blessing their fingers as she went, and said, don't worry, you'll be able to play. So it was that as the princes rose, they seemed to be glowing, and their fingers seemed to be glowing with the magic of Brigid's incantations. And when they picked up these harps and set them upon their laps, it was as if they'd done it 1,000 times before. And when they started to play, that music was sublime. It was as if a magical, transcendent beam of enthralling beauty had entered the hall and was being channeled through the princes. And it was said that that was the most beautiful thing that had ever been witnessed in that hall. And they played for days and days. And people came from all across the land to witness this beauty.
Oh, you fail like that. Never mind, I think my mom was like,
And the audience was enthralled. That hall was enthralled. And nor was the gift given for that occasion alone. Because those princes from then on, they could play like that for the rest of their days. And whenever the king, when he did return, whenever he heard them playing, it was a source of shame. And it was a reminder to everybody in his domain to be kind and to be generous with what you have and to share. And that was perhaps the lesson that Brigid wanted to teach.
I am the fire of this land, awakening the hearts of the people. I am the fire of this land. I am God's poet, healer, seer. I am the fire of this land, awakening the hearts of the people. I am the fire of this land. I am God's poet, healer, seer. I am the fire of this land, awakening the hearts of the people. I am the fire of this land. I am God's poet, healer, seer. I am the fire of this land, awakening the hearts of the people. I am the fire of this land. I am God's poet, healer, seer. I am the fire of this land, awakening the hearts of the people. I am the fire of this land. I am God's poet, healer, seer. I am the fire of this land, awakening the hearts of the people. I am the fire of this land. I am God's poet, healer, seer. I am the fire of this land, awakening the hearts of the people. I am the fire of this land. I am God's poet, healer, seer. I am the fire of this land, awakening the hearts of the people. I am the fire of this land. I am God's poet, healer, seer. I am the fire of this land, awakening the hearts of the people. I am the fire of this land. I am God's poet, healer, seer.
the people. I am the fire that's sent out God's poet he will see.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, it's her.
Sean's going to start with our thank yous now while I take my wings
Thank you
off.
so much, everybody. How's everyone? Good. Are you warmed up? Amazing. Thank you so much, everyone, for inviting us, and thank you for everyone to coming to Fhéile Bríde. What a beautiful celebration. And welcome to the first day of spring, tomorrow. Thank you to Aidan, Tornaido. Everybody, thank you to Shaz, Fhéile. I'm Sharon Mulrooney. Thank you so much, and thank you to Katrina and everybody at the tower. Banachty Galer August Ihawa. Thank you to the children for coming. Children, give yourselves a round of applause. You all have a holiday on Monday, isn't that great? All right, strong the fall, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.